Hey yo everybody, XCI here for Blind Let's Play of Dragon Age Origins. Here we have Mog, we have Zevran, Leliana, Alistair, Sten. Back there somewhere we have Shale and Morrigan. I know I left the last episode off. I was in a Brazilian forest. I will go back there. I came back to camp real quick because I wanted to pick up... What did I want to do? Oh, I wanted to set up AI. I already did this a couple days ago, but what I did is I had to clean up some of Leliana's stuff, just reorganize some of this stuff right here. Morrigan in particular, I added this surrounded by at least 2 enemies. Do the Mind Blast. That was off some of the lessons I learned in the Blood Mage Sanctum. That was a huge lesson learning curve. I mean, even something like this where, I mean... During editing, I was like, I had Winter's Grasp the whole time. I could have just froze the mages, or try to. I think they can resist it. Yeah, lower level targets get frozen solid, but other ones can resist. But still, why wasn't I doing this? Like, I felt like if she had one more slot here, and that's probably what I'll raise. I'll probably put closest target mage, and then just try to freeze them up with Winter's Grasp. That'll be a thing. Let's see, Shale. What did I do here? I changed some stuff around here. I added Slam in there instead of, I think Stoneheart was getting activated and stuff like that. I want Stoneheart off because I can basically do Threaten, and Threaten doesn't require me to be in a stance. I would rather that stance to be into range because it helps Xander, or to be in Slam because she's going to be the tank inside melee. So I need this to be freed up. So that's the Shale tactics there. Alistair, no changes. Sten, no real changes. Zevran, I think I changed something here. I added Whirlwind so basically surrounded by at least 3 enemies, do the Whirlwind. So AI changes. I also wanted to come back here because we did a bit of Leliana's plot, so I figured I'd come back to camp, have a little talk with Leliana to see if anything opened up with Morrigan. Maybe I'll do a rotation of talking, and then I wanted to tie up something in Red Ridge, and then I'll go back to the woods. So here we go, starting off with Leliana.
Oh, hello.
I like that we both look like ninjas, matching ninjas now. Okay, so let's see. I'd like to talk about what happened today. You just look a little distracted. No, I thought you looked like you wanted to talk, though. Did she? She looked exactly like she always looks in camp. I'm just going to start with I'd like to talk about what happened today. He's trying to be buddy-buddy now. He's trying to open up some buddy track with her.
It's nothing. I'm fine. I'm just thinking.
Okay, so she does want to talk. She does feel like she needs someone to talk to, so that's what Xander's here for. What about? Do share. You're less talkative than usual for her Bardy side. She is more conservative here. So let's just go. Xander would just be open to, he'd be inviting her to share with him. To the whole trust thing that she brought up, you know? No secrets.
I can't get what happened out of my head. I'd been in Lothering for years, and she still thought I was plotting against her. She didn't trust me. Maybe she never did. She loved me when she could use me and control me. And now that she can't, she wants me dead. It hurts to realize that I never really knew her.
Yeah, that's what's also I've been thinking about. The fact that Morrigan dropped the whole that Leliana likes to manipulate things. Like, now I'm like, my God, what if she's like, this whole thing is an act? The Chantry is an act. This whole teaming up with Xander is an act. Like, that's a little, I'm not gonna lie, Xander's the kind of guy that would go, little bit of sketch, but I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt, you know, and I'm gonna try to get close to her so that if that's where it's going, it can get stopped because she feels like there's a bond with Xander and she wouldn't pull that kind of crap. So here we go. Sometimes people surprise you. Maybe you did and didn't want to admit it. Is there anything I can do? Get over it. We have work to do. I'm not gonna say that one. Xander's going to invite himself to be someone to lean on here, create a bond here.
You are already helping so much by listening to me. I knew she was ruthless, but I didn't know how far she could go. She is self-serving, cruel. She uses people, then discards them. But that's how she survives in the life she leads. What if she's right? What if we're the same?
Don't be saying stuff like that.
I should just have stayed in the Chantry.
No, you shouldn't have. But you said the Maker wanted you to leave. Yeah, I don't know what that means. She's obviously very connected to what's going on with the Maker. or whatever she thinks is going on, so I'm not going to really question that. She would have attacked you there eventually, probably true. Don't know how far she'd get, and you think that would have made it better, staying at the Chantry? And you think that would have made it better? I should just have stayed in the Chantry. Nah, she would have attacked you eventually.
Maybe, but that is not the point. I was a different person there. I forgot my life as a bard while I was in the cloister. I felt safe. I didn't have to watch my back all the time. That's what made Marjolaine the person she is, don't you see?
Kinda how
It
she
ruined
started.
her. It will ruin me too. Even now, I
Maybe.
feel some regret at not ending her life in order to
No.
protect my own.
Don't say that. That's why we let Zevran live. We let the other guy live. No impulses. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with that. No, I mean, as much as Xander has, like, he feels this way sometimes. He feels impulsive and like he just kills someone for like threatening him or his friends. But he can be turned around to show mercy and play things out. Because if you're impulsive, you're just loose cannon, and especially when it comes to, like, for the greater good of things, you don't want loose cannons around. There's nothing wrong with that. There is. You wouldn't say that. What's important is that you didn't act on it. That's probably the good one so far. I told you we should have killed her. I mean, I did start saying that, but then I turned around. I'm pretty happy because the guy, whatever, he could come back and nail us, but that mistake can always be rectified. If Morrigan comes back after us, it'd be harder for me to let it go twice. So what's important is that you didn't act on it.
What we're doing, what we've done, hunted men down,
True.
killed them. Part of me
True.
loves it. It invigorates me, and this scares me. I feel myself slipping.
Well, slipping how? I mean, it's a little bit Zevran-y. Zevran embraces who he is, you know. To be honest, Zevran's kind of convincing Xander that there's a piece of that in Xander too. The act of just being really skillful at taking out a target, that's a threat. I'm very attracted to what Xander's been saying to what Zevran has been saying to Xander. So she feels like she's slipping what? Becoming more of that bard, spy, assassin-y thing? Marjolaine chose who she became, so can you. True. You're not slipping. This is who you are. This is who she is before she went to the Chantry. Chantry's more of like an escapism, escaping from the past and being someone who you're not, which Xander doesn't really agree with. Which is why he's kind of attracted to Morrigan to a certain degree. Like, he feels like there's a bond with Morrigan he doesn't have with anyone else on his team. Maybe Zevran is the closest one. Just because they just really embrace who they are. They don't apologize for anything. You are a good person. You always will be. Now this is the genuinely good person answer to say, but Xander's a little bit of a realist, and he's only met her. He's probably been with her a couple weeks, maybe, on the road. So he doesn't know if she's a good person. Like I said, like, Morrigan saying that one thing is making him... There's a little bit of doubt now going on in Xander. Don't punish yourself for doing something you enjoy. Killing people? I wouldn't say it that way. I'm gonna say this one. You're not slipping. This is who you are. This is who you are.
I admit that I took great pleasure in the intrigue back in Orlais. It was dangerous and chaotic and exciting, but it destroyed my life. I thought the Chantry showed me another path. I thought I was done with this life. Am I wrong?
I mean, maybe, but you're not a Chantry's sister. You are a bard, a spy. That's her vocation, man. So I'm thinking that's like Xander is an archer. He's a scout. He's a sniper. You know, that's who he is. All you were doing in the Chantry was running away. That's a good line too. But that, I don't know. But even in the Chantry, you know you didn't belong. I don't know why I say that. No, I'm just gonna go with the firm. Embrace who you are, because it'll empower your decisions.
There is this thought that
Like,
floats into my mind
The
constantly.
decisions you make from here on.
That I lie when I say the Chantry gave me peace, when in truth it bored me. Here,
Oh.
with you,
Oh.
knowing the freedom of the road and the uncertainty of tomorrow, I feel alive again.
It's the Xander way. But But I don't want to take something away from her. If that's what. Hold on. So deep down, you know this is where you belong. On the road. Kind of. Isn't her history all about she gets moved and then she gets raised by not her mother? Then stop running. Okay, hold on. Let's try to make her a brother at arms here. Sister at arms. Well, just groupie. Here, okay, here with you, knowing the freedom of the road and certainty of tomorrow, I feel alive. So being an adventurer. Then stop running scared from it. I guess she has been running from the Marshall Lane stuff, so go with what your instincts tell you. Ooh, Xander's all about instincts done.
I would like to be alone for now. I have many things to consider.
I should have.
Thank you for listening to me.
I should have considered that a little bit more, but no. Oh, +8, that's good. Yeah, let's go to... I should probably... I'm going to do Morrigan next. Did she... I don't remember if she said something on the road. Who else was with me? Oh, Shale. Shale did say something. Hold on. She said something, but it got interrupted.
It speaks.
Just want to make sure there's nothing opened up.
It doesn't have better things to do.
Nope.
On then.
Okay. We can check Morgan. No, let's go around the circle. Let's go Zevran. Just a real quick check here. See if anything open up here.
If I may.
Oh, okay. He's initiating. Go ahead. You may not. Okay. Is this really a good time? Go ahead.
Well, here's the thing. I swore an oath to serve you, yes? And I understand the quest you're on, and this is all very fine and well.
Go on.
My question pertains to what you intend to do with me once this business is over with, as a point of curiosity.
You can do whatever you want, buddy. Does your oath expire then? Why would I do anything with you? Is this after I ravish you in celebration? Okay, let's just take it right to 12 out of... Like, let's just crank the dial up to 12. Jesus. You could go if you wanted. Xander... What? He wouldn't want him to go straight... I mean, he wouldn't mind traveling companions, you know what I mean? Does your oath expire then? Why would I do anything with you? No, I'm just going to say, why would I do anything with you? Just... Is that like a negative thing to say, though? Does that feel negative? That feels negative, doesn't it? I don't want to say...
Oh, I imply nothing specific, of course. One simply assumes that once your Grey Warden business is finished, you would have no need of an assassin to follow you about. Am I wrong?
Depends what we're up against. After the Blight has ended, I could always use a friend. There's always a use or two for a handsome elf. I will always need a servant, trust me. Jesus. Not at all. You could go if you wanted. I'll not hold you to any oath. Leave whenever you like. It seems like the answer Xander would give. But... I feel like Zevran would have something to teach Xander. Based on some exchanges so far, like Xander actually does find the assassin stuff a little more intriguing than he at first did when he was being targeted. Yeah, so he's a friend.
Not more than friends?
No, he's definitely going for a relationship here. So, no, definitely not. We'll have to see, won't we? I wouldn't say no with Xander. Because I don't know. He doesn't have a specific type. You know what I mean? No, definitely not. I wouldn't say no, definitely not. We'll have to see.
Indeed we shall. It is good to know what my options might be, but that is for another time. For now, we have much to do, yes?
Okay, Zevran proved let me see. I want to do the assassin thing if I can. Can you teach others to be an assassin?
I could teach others, but not yourself. First, I would need someone who has training as a rogue. That is, unless you would care to spend the years it takes to gain the
I
fundamentals.
wish I could go back in time,
But
folks.
if there should be such a person who desires this training, yes, by all means, send them to me. The crows are already furious, no? I shall enjoy tweaking their nose further.
I wish, man. I might do a playthrough where I play a Xander rogue that goes to ranger, maybe ranger assassin. I don't know, but I might do that. Depends on what I do with this channel. Maybe you'll see some bonus series coming up in parallel where I try to like speed run up to this point or something, but we'll see. Care to answer some more questions? I want to discuss something personal. Care to answer some more questions?
All right, but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so.
So tell me more about your misadventures. What is your opinion?
I know little enough of the Dalish other than the fact that my mother was one, or so I was told. She had fallen in love with an elven woodcutter and accompanied him back to the city, leaving her clan behind for good. And there, of course, the woodcutter died of some filthy disease, and my mother was forced into prostitution to pay off his debts. Oldest tale in the book.
Zevran, that's horrible. Was the woodcutter your father? So you're an assassin and a son of a whore. I'm fairly certain I already knew he was a son of a whore. Zevran, that's horrible. I mean, Xander would think that's horrible, yes, but the person who went through it doesn't seem to act like it was horrible unless they're like concealing something, like they're keeping it all in. But Xander doesn't have an emotional reaction to things. If the people can hold their, like if they hold their own, if they become cool with the past, then who's Xander to say if it's, you know, to show pity like that? Xander wouldn't show pity like that. Was Woodcutter your father?
How should I know? My mother was a whore, as you'll recall. None of the other elven boys in the whorehouse knew their fathers. I was not so unusual. I didn't know my mother either, of course. She died giving birth to me. My first victim, as it were.
That's a great line.
We were all raised communally by the whores.
It's a great concept.
It was a happy enough existence.
Horrible.
Ignoring the occasional beating. Until eventually I was sold to the crows. I brought a good price, so I hear.
You have said that. I'm so sorry for you, Zevran. I'm not going to show pity, not to Xander. Wait, what does this have to do with the Dalish? What does this have to... What's he trying to say here? I don't see why I would go... I don't know why that option appeared. And yet you're oddly cheerful about it all. I would say this, because he is oddly cheerful, but I'm curious to know what this has to do with the Dalish. I'm going to say this.
My original point is that my mother's Dalish nature was always a point of fascination for me. Through all the years of my crow training, the one thing of my mother's that I possessed was a pair of gloves.
Oh.
They were of Dalish make, I knew that much, and beautiful. I had to keep them hidden, of course, as we were not allowed such things. Eventually, they were discovered, and I never saw them again.
Okay, so, but how do you feel about the Dalish in general? Is that because I'm Dalish? Is that why these options are appearing? I don't know. Has there been no joy in your life at all? But you don't think of yourself as Dalish. I don't think he does. He always talks about Antiva, right? So, I think this is the first time I've heard him say anything about Dalish. I know the sort of gloves you speak of. Wait, I do? Oh, because I'm Dalish? Should I say this? Because I'm what if this option is... I'm metagaming at this point. Shit. Okay, so, but... How do you feel about the Dalish in general? I'm going to say this because I'm Dalish. It's a little bit of metagaming. I hope these other pieces stay behind, but I'm just going to say
I suppose you would. I'd always wanted another. In fact, I ran off to join a clan once when they drew near Antiva City, thinking that there I would find my true calling. Naturally, the reality did not live up at all to the fantasies I had constructed as a boy, staring at those gloves. But such is life. Come, enough talk of the Dalish. Let us move on.
Okay, so those other options did go away, but I wonder if I can get a pair of those gloves somehow. Let's keep going. Let's go personal.
Again? I'm game.
Now, I'm afraid I'm going to trigger a relationship thing that I can't back out of. Care to join me in my tent? Have you always been bisexual? I want you to leave. We need to end this. What's this? The relationship? Does the game think I'm in a relationship? I'm not in a relationship. Never mind. I'm gonna ask about this just to... I don't want this one. I don't want that. I don't like any other options. So it's, you know what? I have to say this. Have you always been
intrigued by tight leather clothing?
Amongst other things, attracted to other men. Forget I said anything. I think he's attracted to everything. Which is like, it's strangely the opposite of Xander, who's not attracted to anything. I mean, he's not devoid of sexual encounters. He's just, or the possibility of sexual encounters. He just doesn't. He's not motivated by them. You know, he's asexual if anything. Whereas I think he's what's the term for it? Xenosexual. Like I think this guy will just do anything. That's commendable. Attracted to other men, amongst other things.
I grew up amongst Antivan whores, men and women both. My introduction to the subject of sex was, shall we say, rather practical. My only rule regarding sex is that it be done well.
That's awesome.
It's a certain open-mindedness that the Crows seek in their recruits, for very good reasons.
Because of assassinations. For sure, because of that. So what reasons are those? I think Xander's getting it. You're not with the Crows anymore. Define open-mindedness. Sounds good to me. It's a certain open-mindedness that the Crows seek in their recruits. Xander's curious about assassins in general and that culture. So, I mean, I get where this is going, but I think Xander, he'd be curious.
I've been with both men and women in my time. Many, in fact. Often for business, but not always. Given my druthers, I would say I prefer a soft and shapely woman. But I know what I am. I will not discount anyone solely because of what someone else tells us is right or wrong. I cannot change my past, obviously. You are a most intriguing man, but if what I represent makes you uncomfortable, well, it would be better for both of us to know that now, yes?
So business relations, and I mean, I think this would be valid for Leliana. I have no doubt in my mind that she swings both ways too. Yes, it's good we know now. It doesn't bother me, Zevran. You sound like you've been through a lot. We all have a past, don't we? It doesn't bother me, Zevran.
No, I didn't expect it would. You've a bit of an open mind yourself, no? Enough talk of the past. As my tutor used to say, keep your eyes to the rear in the ambush and the bedchamber, and not otherwise. Words to live by.
I love it. Zevran +2. Should I go one more? I think I pushed this one far enough. I'm going to move over. I'm going to move on to Alistair.
What do you need?
I don't want to create a scenario where I can only disappoint him and then I get a huge penalty, you know? That's bound to happen probably, but not this early in the game. Let's just, I'd like to ask you something.
Ask away.
Didn't I? I think I still need to get him way up there. I think I've already heard about this too. Why is this an option again?
Such as they are.
No, yeah, we've already been through this. Did we? What would happen if we just left? Why?
Just left? You mean just left Ferelden?
Just left the Grey Wardens?
No. If there's an archdemon, however, we're supposed to be the only ones who can defeat it. And that means the blight would grow unchecked. Eventually, other Grey Wardens in Orlais and other lands would hear about it, and they would come to fight it, but they wouldn't come in time to save Ferelden.
Yes.
There's no way. I'm not going anywhere.
I'm with you, buddy. I have no more questions.
About the Grey Wardens, anyhow. Fair enough. What do you need?
I'd like to ask you
something.
Ask away. Are we done? Again, why does this keep coming up? Forget it. Never mind. I'm out. Before I mess something up. Oh god, the intimidating man. Here we go. Oh god. I'm so afraid. Oh god. I have a question. I think you should leave. I wanted to... Oh god, here we go.
Speak then.
No, that's not for now.
Then I suggest we move on.
Not ready for you.
As you wish.
Oh, I put... I had a massive helmet that I found somewhere, or I got somewhere. Look at this badassery. Look at that. Now that's a tank. Alright. Let's do Morrigan, and let's get out of here. Morrigan.
It's cold in my tent, all alone.
Oh god. It worries me when Morrigan tries to express affection, maybe. This is definitely flirtation. It just seems weird coming from Morrigan. And what do you want me to do about it? Get a thicker blanket. Well, we can't have that. You must be joking. Well, we can't have that. What the hell would Xander do? I'll tell you what Xander would do. Xander wouldn't deny Morrigan of anything she wanted, because that would it's gonna be weird saying it, but I think Xander, the way he sees Morrigan now is she's someone who's gonna get what she wants. She's gonna get what she wants. She's unapologetic. Xander's best play here is to just give her what she wants. Yeah, I'm gonna explain this as I go here. We can't have that.
So you shall come to my tent?
Yep, this is going
But
somewhere.
whatever shall we do in
Skip the
that
kiss and
tiny
everything.
little space
Thinking I'd
together
avoid
while
this.
we wait for it to warm?
Okay, that's hilarious. I don't know. I'll check for a draft. Maybe you got a rip in the cloth or something. I can sew it up. I'll leave that up to you. Nothing tawdry, I hope. I'm sure I'll think of something. Now, Xander wouldn't take sexual initiative here. He would leave that up to her. If that's the kind of game she's playing, he's going to play it. Going back on my old point, Xander's all for creating the bond with Morrigan however she sees fit, because he feels like there's like a primal bond between these two that he's not taking advantage of her, but I think they take advantage of each other, and for good reasons, or for reasons that are, we'll see if they're for good reasons. I don't really trust her 100%, but I trust that she's a survivalist and that she's straight to the point. She doesn't screw around. She doesn't lie to you. She'll just take what she wants. So I'm gonna leave that to you. I'm gonna move this forward. If I have something else to say, I'll keep
Good.
going. But
Then let us waste no more time with foolish talk.
that's the Morrigan way. Now is she behind me because I made her take dominant position here, or what's going on here? Hey man, all hands off. Okay, no hands on. Okay, a lot of hands on. Hands are still on, and now she's on. All right. Is that a dominant position thing too? Does that ever switch, guys? Anyone else do this scene? If you guys wanted a casual, no speaking sex scene, I totally didn't give you that.
I see the stories they tell of Grey Warden
What's she going on about?
endurance are not exaggerated.
Okay, how many Grey Wardens have you done? None, I would presume. So what kind of stories did you hear? Because she was in the woods the whole time, wasn't she? I don't know. Morrigan's Morrigan. You're just saying... Oh, she did spend time in the city and crap, so she might have... you're just saying that... Oh, there are stories? Do you really need to talk? Oh my god, no, that sounds... She'd probably be fine with that, but... Oh, there are stories? I don't know what to say, so I'm just going to take the middle ground.
The unanswered question, of course, is whether the endurance exists because of the taint within you, or because the Grey Wardens are by nature so very
That would be something that
healthy.
she'd be attracted to.
I enjoy the
demon
thought
blood
that
going
'tis
through
a
me right
little
now.
of both.
That is
Natural
the Morrigan way.
prowess, driven by a darker side.
And maybe that's what I was trying to get at with these two, is you guys have seen, I'm willing to make choices like drinking that blood to get extra power in order to use it for the greater benefit. I don't know if that's her perception of life, but she's a person who believes in attaining power and then making it a badge, a badge of right. And I feel like that's how they've come to have a bond with each other, and that's Xander would be all for doing what he just did, having her do what she just did, doing whatever they just did, having her shape change him so that they could do it like they do in the Discovery Channel. That was horrible. Actually, no, I'm not gonna take that back. That was awesome. I'm not cutting that out. So what now? was this a one-time thing? Then I assume we're done. Xander would say, then I assume we're done. He knows how she thinks, and it's how Xander thinks.
Finished with
he wants
me
no
now,
connections.
are you?
Okay.
Well,
she's not gonna let me go.
do not get away so easily as that. I will
that's-
have my way with you until I am satisfied, out of a sense of fairness,
Okay.
if nothing else.
What? So she won't let this go? Okay, no, I'm cool with her coming back if she wants it, but no relationships here. Fine. What do you want to talk about? Nope. That sounds like fun. That sounds like fun. That she's just gonna keep coming back asking for more. See, Xander's too preoccupied with the blight. This is a weird way to put it, but this character is all about what's the primary motivation. Do not let anything disrupt that. And the only reason why this relationship works, I have been thinking about this, is because she wouldn't really get in the way of that, because she's the kind of person who wouldn't let emotional things disrupt any personal objectives. You have a sense of fairness? Yeah, I'm going to say this one. I'm going to joke with this.
Not really. more of a sense of perversity, truth be told.
Oh, Morrigan.
Simply know that I have no designs on your
You're
independence.
just attracting me
I
more.
wish only to do what I desire, and if that coincides with
I'm
what
cool
you
with that.
desire, then so
I'm
be
cool
it.
with that.
And should you decide not to continue our misadventure, then so be it. Very simple, is it not?
Sounds reasonable to me. He's the best character to have sexual relationships with ever. So if I say this will never happen again, I won't say that. And what about love? Does that enter the picture? I would not say that. Gee, not to her, and it's not a Xander thing, but definitely not to her. Gee, thanks for spelling it out for me. I can live with that.
Then we should get along marvelously.
Yeah,
Come then, let us be off before the others begin to stare.
I'm cool with that. Plus 13. Whew. No, I'm not even going to talk to her again. I'm a little worried. Should I? Should I talk to her again? Should we go for round 2? Let's see what happens. Screw it.
We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
About that endurance. Gotta join me in my tent. It really will go that way. We need to. What do I do here now? That sounds too affectionate. Endurance.
Perhaps. Shall I consult my capricious nature and
Hey, fairness.
divine an
It's about
answer
fairness,
for you?
right? Could you, too kindly, too kind of you, get in the tent, woman? Oh, gee. Okay, so Xander's taking some dominant action here. What should I? Xander would. Morgan would probably appreciate that even. If you're going to be that way, then forget it. Oh, wow. Should I divine an answer for you? Because she's a witch. Could you? Too kind of you. Get in the tent. Am I joking when I say that? Like, is it one of, like, I feel like Morgan would be cool with that answer. It's more like I'm trying to go on the whole fairness thing. I'm just trying, fairing it up. I'm fairing it up.
Am I to be interrogated?
I'm going to
However
reverse
shall
everything.
you wring my
No,
secrets
she's
from
it's
me?
flirtation talk here. That's right. You take from me, I take from you. That's how we meet in the middle. This is a good relationship. I didn't think, I'm gonna walk away though. I'm gonna walk away. This is getting too close. The Xander way. Disorienting me. I'm going. Bye-bye. Okay, so let's go. I like you too, Mog. Oh, here. You got your pop. Let me just talk to you. Pet Mog. Roly roly. Don't forget, you'll always be my little boy. Yeah. Okay. Back to the road. So I'm gonna do a quick run of Red Ridge. I want to turn in that quest with the knight.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Let's go with the Lady Killers. And then I will... Maybe this opens up a random encounter. Then I promise I will go to the Brazilian forest. I promise. I feel like I've done like 4 or 5 episodes where I fully intended to be doing the Brazilian forest. And somehow I managed to lock up 3 episodes with Blood Mage Sanctum. 1 episode doing gear upgrades for Xander and Leliana because we were embarrassing. And then catching up on plots. And I'm literally, I think I'm still 15. This is where I get scared all the time. Oh, good, I'm up by 3%. Somehow I pushed the game 3% with the Blood Mage Sanctum. I'll take it. Or maybe, was it picking up quests at the Brazilian forest? Got me up 3%? I'm starting to get scared. No, hey, don't move along. You're the guy I need to talk to. I have gifts.
Oh, wonderful. I always appreciate correspondence from my upstanding friends in the Collective. On behalf of myself and my men, I thank you. I'll make sure the Collective's generosity is reciprocated.
XP.
On your way now.
Gold. XP. Quest update. Okay, Gift of Silence, that's gone. Brazilian Forest, we got all these open. Oh wait, I have like a lady I can talk to here too. When I guess it's that crying woman in the chapel. One of the husband women. The husband women. The women whose husbands died, and I'm supposed to go and take them a message. And there was a lady crying in this chapel. What was that weird sound that I heard in my headset right now? It's gone now. I don't know what I just heard, but it was kind of creepy. This girl right here. Yep.
Yes.
Irenia. Your husband's dead.
I feared this day would come.
Xander's just gonna be... I mean, I tried the second option, nothing different happened, so I don't know what the difference is with those options. If someone knows, I don't care if you spoil it. I'm just gonna go with that first option for the remaining. I don't know the difference. And Xander's kind of too straightforward to be contemplating better ways to say things. Nothing new appears in the city boards. I think I've asked it. I don't know though. Like all of these are the same, right? If you pick them up from one place, you can turn them. You can turn them back at any of the different stations, right? Something like that. I think I'm done here. I'm gonna check the map. I don't think anything shows up with. What's this? Oh, oh. Well, shit. I would have left without going to the. What the hell do I have to do with the mages? Is that who I turn? Is that the blood? Do I turn the blood mage thing into the mages? I don't know what I'm turning into the mages. Oh. The thing I came here to turn into the guard. The lyrium potion's up to the guard up here. And then I guess you turned it in here for the reward. Okay.
The client is very pleased.
Bam.
Come back soon.
Bam. Quest log cleared. 1 more gold. And this is starting to look leaner. I like it. Okay. Now I think we're done. But I think that's the end of the episode. I'm sorry, folks. Next episode, I will hit the Brazilian Forest. I promise. We're going to take the lady killers in there, I think, for the first round. I think we're like well armored at this point. So it's going to be a fun time. I'm going to try to push it real hard because I do want to get this percentage up. This intimidates the crap out of me every time I look at it because I'm 60 episodes in and I still got 82% left to do, 92% left to 82% left to do. I can't even do math. I got 82% left to do. So until next time, folks, don't forget to explore, engage, and inspire. Catch you around. Peace, everybody.
A secret of my Leliana. It is not over. Not for us.
Should I have killed her?